Federal Appeals Court to stay an order from a federal judge that the state restore to its voter rolls 1,600 people removed, many of whom had self-identified as non-citizens. Governor Glenn Youngkin telling Fox News.
This is the process that we have been using in Virginia for 18 years, a law that was passed in 2006 and signed by then Democrat Governor Tim Kaine, and of course, pre-reviewed and pre-approved by the Justice Department, the same division that brought suit this time.
Youngkin says the state will go to the U.S. Supreme Court if it has to. Both the presidential campaigns are in Texas today. Vice President Harris telling reporters her campaign event tonight in Houston will be mostly about reproductive freedoms.
We don't give up the fight for freedom. We do not give up the fight when it comes to some of the most basic freedoms any individual in our country has a right to expect, including the right of a woman to make decisions about her own body.
Beyoncé is expected at tonight's event. Former President Trump just wrapping up an appearance in Austin, Texas, about border security.
What Kamala Harris has done on our border is cruel, it's vile, and it's absolutely heartless. Her policy of importing migrant gangs is a crime against our country. It's actually a crime against humanity, and her abolition of our border should disqualify her for even running.
President Biden at the Gila River Indian community in Arizona today to make amends for the federal government's 150-year-long Indian boarding school program.
The federal government has never formally apologized for what happened until today. I formally apologize as President of the United States of America.
Wall Street at the close, the Dow down 260 points, NASDAQ up 103. America's listening to Fox News.
You've got a Pepto predicament, moviegoer.
Hey, I can hear your stomach grumbling.
Sorry, I ate that entire tub of popcorn with extra butter.
You overdid it, and now your movie has turned into a blockbuster bellyache. Undo it with Pepto.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto chewables provide fast 5-symptom relief, so you can focus on the action on the big screen instead of in your stomach. When you overdo it, undo it with Pepto. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
With Cybersecurity Awareness Month winding down, LifeLock wants to remind you to update your software. These updates are used to patch up security issues that identity thieves can exploit to gain access to your personal info. But for comprehensive identity theft protection, there's LifeLock. LifeLock alerts you to more uses of your personal info and fixes identity theft issues that arise. Start your 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use my name as your promo code, Clay.
Los Angeles County District Attorney George Gascon is formally asked in L.A. court to resentence the Menendez brothers for the murders of their parents more than 3 decades ago.
Court papers have now been filed, and that sets in motion a process that could lead to the Menendez brothers being home, whatever home means to them, by Thanksgiving, some 35 years after they killed their parents, Jose and Kitty Menendez. They have always argued, of course, including at their trial, that they acted out of fear after years of sexual abuse by their father. Now, L.A. County District Attorney George Gascon is recommending a judge change the brothers' sentence to life with parole rather than the current sentence of life without the possibility of parole.
Fox's Jonathan Hunt, the judge, the parole board, and ultimately Governor Newsom would have to agree for the Menendez brothers to be released. The Centers for Disease Control now reporting 75 people have come down with E. coli linked to McDonald's Quarter Pounders as the outbreak expands to 13 states. A big chip maker announcing a tech windfall for Ohio.
Intel will invest more than $28 billion to construct new factories in Ohio. The company based in Santa Clara, California, has been building out its chip manufacturing jobs for suppliers and partners. Ginny Coselda, Fox News.
Michael Jeffries, the former longtime CEO of Abercrombie & Fitch, has pleaded not guilty to federal sex trafficking and interstate prostitution charges. I'm Jack Callahan. This is Fox News.
Try to win tickets to Parker McCollum's concert at the State Farm Center Saturday, February 8th, before they go on sale Monday, October 28th.
Burn it down.
Text in Parker to 217-359-2255 to win them before you buy them. We'll love handing out the tickets as your country concert connection with US 1059. It's Parker McCollum at the State Farm Center Saturday, February 8th. Treat your Valentine to a great show. Our studio line is 217-359-2255. Text Parker to try and win from Stevie J Broadcasting.
What kind of man do you need?
It's football season. You know what that means? It means the Jay Lehman Hour, Mondays at 3 on Stevie J Broadcasting. Get insight from me, the All-American linebacker, and we'll be talking Illini football and, of course, the Bears. Let's go, ILL.
Hi, this is Steve from Good Vibes.
And I'm Kenoda Luga, linebacker from the football team.
I heard one coach say, give me 1,000 KOs, meaning you've got the attitude and work ethic to keep getting better.
If I get better, I get more snaps. And if I get better, it helps the team win.
Wow, it sounds like Good Vibes could use a Kanena too. On the other hand, we've got great salesmen and technicians that get regular training on new stuff, so we keep getting better too. And key players like Sony get better every year. That helps us win.
The Sony TVs I saw in your store look great. What makes them special?
Sony makes movies and the cameras used for most sports events as well as the TVs we watch them on. A Sony will give you the most accurate image possible, and they're built to last.
Yeah, I hope I'm built to last too. Some of those backs take a toll to bring down.
What I've seen, those backs need to worry more about you than the other way around.
Well, let's hope so. We plan to go bowling this year.
I hear Pasadena's nice in January.
Your number one sports bar and grill is Pia's. Head to 1609 West Springfield Avenue to watch all your favorite sports teams play on the big screen TVs as you enjoy great drink specials and the famous 10-ounce Slugger Burger. With the slot machines, darts, video, golf, and outdoor beer garden, meet your friends at Pia's since 1975. Open mornings at 7 a.m., Sundays at 8. See you at Pia's.
Mark your calendars now for America Recycles Day, November 2nd. Come to the Anita Purvis Nature Center between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. and check out all the free activities. Learn about all the different and fun things you can do with recycled glass. See glass blowing demonstrations from a local artist. Learn how you can go green and recycle items in your world. Keep up to date on America Recycles Day, November 2nd by checking out the posts on social media or visit urbanaparks.org. Urbana Park District, you belong here.
On his way to Oxford, Mississippi to fill us in on the Illinois-Ole Miss scrimmage, which is coming up Sunday morning. Of course, we've got a big game in between that. Illinois going up against the number one team in the country. And technology is a wonderful thing. We are via the phone here on the Tapman's Towing phone line with Joey Wagner, Illini Inquirer. Keep a note here. We are blowing off Jeremy Warner to have Joey Wagner on. Joey, you should be boasting this all night.
I'm going to tell him. I think he's probably winning this right now. He's got an elk burger in there and a nice beverage to get him through this afternoon in Portland. But, hey, pretty big Illinois sports weekend here. Huh? I know it's just an exhibition game or a charity game, however you want to describe it, in Ole Miss. But it's my understanding people are pretty excited to learn about this basketball team. And before that, a ranked game against the number one team in the country, man. It's a heck of a weekend.
Agree. I was listening to the drive yesterday while I was driving, and I heard that it's going to be on the SEC Network. So we'll be able to watch this, which is what everyone wants, knowing that you've got 10 new players essentially on this team. So I think this might be one of the most watched Illinois games in a while, right? Because it's like, all right, what does Will Riley look like? What does Kasparis Jakachonis look like? What, if I even said that right? I can't wait to see these guys, and I know we're burying the lead, but what are you looking for in that game? I know you're going to be kind of busy, maybe even flying on Sunday, but what will you be looking for in that Illinois game? Is it just the excitement, Joey, of just seeing all these new pieces together?
That's what I think it is. I mean, you hear all these NBA scouts and draft gurus coming through Champaign, and, you know, the buzz is, hey, Kasparis Jakachonis is really good at basketball, and he's a guy who's going to be a lottery pick, and we just haven't seen him play basketball stateside, right? I mean,
right.
You've seen clips overseas, so I think just seeing these guys and understanding that you're watching that game and you're going to see a team that's nowhere close to a finished product in terms of chemistry and cohesion and rotations and all of that stuff, but it's just the fact of seeing what this talent looks like on the floor and in some ways how they play off of each other. just really curious to see that this team and what it is, right? I mean, Brad Underwood will play its most talented team he's had here. It's a chance to look at him and see what it's all about.
I'm waiting to hear Derek Piper's results from Ubben on that invite. Slow burn. Sorry. Sorry. We'll move on. All right. So I'll ask you, Joey Wagner. You're in Eugene, Oregon. You've made a lot of trips covering Illinois athletics. How excited were you for this one with the idea you're playing the number one team in the country, the idea that you're in the Pacific Northwest, maybe an area you've never been? You can fill me in on that. How excited you and Jeremy both on your way out to Eugene to get there, and not only for the game itself, but just for the area itself?
Yeah, I've never been to the Pacific Northwest. We're in Portland tonight. We'll head to Eugene in the morning. It's just a cool chance to see it, and it is still a little weird that this is a Big Ten game and not a non-conference game against Oregon, but it's a heck of an opportunity for Illinois, Lon. I mean, yeah, Oregon's the number one team in the country, but hey, Illinois is ranked number 20, and there's been, there wasn't a path that's too distant from where Illinois is now, that this is number one Oregon against an Illinois team that could have had 2 wins, right? 2-3 wins coming into this and getting ahead for that November push towards the bowl game. So Illinois did its part to make this thing matter.
Yes.
and to be back-to-back CBS 2:30 slot, and it's a meaningful slot. And obviously last week that production was exceptional in Champaign. I mean, that was a red carpet treatment for this program that hasn't had it for a while. So I'm excited to be out here. I want to see the stadium and the atmosphere in Eugene.
Yes.
But, man, credit to Illinois for making this thing matter and to make this a game of consequence nationally.
In all honesty, I was going to have Jeremy on, and then I saw he was talking to Brad Nessler, and I'm like, he's not going to want to join Lante.
Nah, you're small.
Yeah, big
you're
time.
Small, man. It's outgrown.